Anubis, the newest map in Counter-Strike, and potentially the last chance for ATK to take down or at least survive against MIBR. I'm Boggs, joined by JRT, Chespup of Zerping, and Halo Flyer, our producer for the evening. MIBR on the T side here of Anubis, ATK on the CT side, a map they have to win to survive here in this matchup. Bowden with the opening kill, exactly what ATK needed, get on the board early, but he is traded out by Tuurtle. MOTM trying to do something, but he cannot answer. The DJ's found another kill, but it's a 3v3 as Henny has found a mark onto MOTM. Swisher domed by the very same offer, and now the B site wide open for business for MIBR, getting that bomb down. Split rotations coming in from ATK right now, and Turtle's in a good spot to catch DJ off from behind. Taps away, dinks him down, finishes the job. Missed him in a 1v4, 3 and an un-v3, as Henny has himself the hat trick. Pistol round to MIBR, 3 pistol rounds to Made in Brazil. And John, that is not the start they wanted.
Yeah, that is just, well, that's just fantastic mid-rounding from MIBR, right? Because they could have walked into the stack site and just full sent it, but instead they realized that DJ's there with support and say, okay, that means there's only one player on the A site. Rotate around, they frag that one immediately, and then they get a free and clear path to the opposite side. So after it's just a matter of taking down the remaining players. Tuurtle gets 2 here, but only 2. I say only because he has the rifle up against USPs. That gives Bowden an AK upgrade, and now MIBR need to be very, very cautious because that AK could do so much damage. They do have control of the A site, and Bowden might just decide, okay, well, let's not really try for this. I'm just going to save the AK as he's hanging around towards beach. Might go into tunnel. You see MOTM boosting over the smoke. Bowden's being extremely cautious, does catch off Henny for a bit of, no damage at all. In fact, Henny just cleanly takes down Bowden, and that's the AK lost, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's got to be top priority to save there.
Yeah.
And it's unrecoverable now, too. I don't think DJ and MOTM can even get by here. There's 3 players from MIBR. MOTM gets destroyed, and BRN will add a second on the round. 2 on the board for MIBR, and they are going to continue their smooth sailing here, at least the very early going. Full buy-up for ATK here. Bowden might go sans the op, however. And he will not have one yet for MIBR either. Bowden to the glass cannon with a smoke. And, John, again, we have the same problem that ATK had in their third round of Ancient CT side. No defuse kit.
It's weird, right? Because it's almost always something you want to make sure that you buy up. So, anyway, look, it might not matter here because Mistim is going to get the headshot onto Tuurtle, who is trying to make his way through gate onto that B site, but he is denied. Mistim also challenging here into connector. And, oh, the timing actually favored BRN. Mistim resets, but BRN still wins the fight. It doesn't take too much damage. Now ATK trying to smoke off connector. They are successful in that. MOTM looking to spam through the smoke and do some damage. Only does a little bit onto Insani, who's down to 93. As he's looking around, waiting for MIBR to push through either double doors or window.
Bowden's pushed all the way through here. He's pushed all the way into ruins, and he's not going to spot anything, as it's pretty much on for an A take now for MIBR. They'll toss nades around, get ready for their exec. MOTM and DJ here to receive. Swisher in close proximity as well. Smoke's going to fly on through. Counter utility was held for DJ, but he's not going to let it go. BRN entering into the site. He is the primary entry now for MIBR these days. And going to toss a little bit of utility now. Wait for his teammates to get that bomb down. ATK primed for a retake. 4 on 4. And DJ's got the first onto Insani. That's a good start for ATK around. They have to win. DJ spots a second onto the retreating BRN, but he cannot get that kill. Henny sitting around on site. Bowden clearing in, but BRN has finished off DJ. Swisher 1 for 1. Exit hanging around, looking for another, but it's MOTM and Bowden, and ATK will get on the board early. The 10-second T-fuse will not be a problem. And they cut the lead to 1 round, the closest they have been for the entirety of this matchup.
Yeah, good job on the retake from ATK. Very calm and poised, despite the fact they didn't have the kids. They were waiting patiently for MIBR to try and take the fight. That's what happens. Gives ATK the man advantage. Then they work with it very well. Good utility. Flashbangs being thrown by Swisher in particular. And MIBR just can't hold on to the site. That said, MIBR has been practicing the map. You can already see it. The util on the execute towards the A site was pretty solid. Every single smoke hitting its mark. So I don't think they're going to struggle in that regard, but maybe besides that, maybe ATK will feel more comfortable in their positioning.
You have to hope ATK get a little comfortable here. And Bowden, uncomfortable with only 4 rounds in the chamber, has to reload. Swisher gets caught with a molly in hand, and he has not found a kill, but missed him, however, will double down. Exits flashbang, blinds his teammates, but he has found Swisher. BRN comes in from behind. He comes in from the flank and con, and he's going to shut down Mistum. Down to MOTM and djay now. The tide has turned against ATK. On a side where they desperately need to string things together. djay down, MOTM 1v3. Henny has the op, exit low on health. Same with Henny, but they know where he is now. Sprays away, that's the bomb down, and MOTM can play time. He does not need to face Henny on the AWP, and surely Henny swaps for an AK here. Surely he does not stick on the rifle once he recovers that bomb and gains a little bit of space. He's still on the op, he's looking the right way, and he's got the shot onto MOTM. Of course it's Henny. And that's the response from Made in Brazil.
You dare doubt Henny with the op? I mean, he's probably offended. I mean, the way he's been playing, I don't mind it at all in the 1v1.
But he's just been swapping.
Yeah, the one thing I can criticize MIBR for in that situation is, why are you going to that site? Why are you going to B? You know that MOTM's waiting there and he's the last player standing. Rotate to A and get the bomb plant. Sure, they still win the round, but you didn't have to take that fight. They had the cover, and they had the ability to retreat. Maybe because one player was committed more towards Ivy, it would have been tougher to be on the retreat. So that could have been on their minds, but still, there was the moment where they could have rotated. Tuurtle's going to take down Mistum, though. This should be a pretty clean round for MIBR. Only the Deagle of Swisher to worry about, and, well, that Deagle's already down to only 9 HP. Here unspotted a couple of players on bridge. He's spamming through that window. And Bowden actually does take down Henny. Bomb's planted. I mean, Henny was just trying to find something. Eventually, they're going to recover that off, but they want to favor the rifles, of course, before grabbing it off the ground. MOTM and djay, last 2 standing. BRN has the spot on both of them. There's one, not the second. At least some economic damage happening here for ATK. But djay, even a third. Okay. USP's doing the work, and there's the op picked up, so that's actually really expensive for MIBR, and it will have an impact on the utility heading into this round.
Yeah, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. And that's a good response there for ATK. At the very least, getting some damage done. Now, can they actually win with a rifle is the better question. A tactical pause used by MIBR here. This, I actually think is a very good call, because that last round got a little too close for comfort.
It was messy. It was definitely messy. I actually miscalculated the economy a little bit. Obviously, Exit has to settle for a MAC-10. That's the cost that they have. That's the price they have to pay for losing the bodies in that previous round. But still, the full util comes out because of that investment into an SMG instead. So we'll see how much, that changes the flow of the round. But you're right. That previous one was not clean. Only USPs and MIBR were falling by the wayside. It even got scary to the point where you thought, okay, maybe ATK can clutch this one out if djay hits one more. But, of course, djay just ran out of bullets, ran out of time, and it was done.
Done and dusted. MIBR do have a 3-round lead here. The ATK have the op back in Bowden's hands and a defuse kit. So that's very good for him. However, Henny is actually going to miss that shot, taken down to 52 HP. BRN to 69 on the spam from, I believe it's Mistum. And our producer saying that's a nice bit of damage there from MOTM. Mistum is still hanging around here. He's looking for more damage in con, and it seems that MIBR are content to default and wait for aggression from ATK, which Mistum seems content to give them, has Swisher behind. But ATK are starting to take a lot of ground. However, they've left so much space available towards long that there's an exploitable angle for MIBR.
Tuurtle working his way up long. Might be a pincer attack onto the B site. There's BRN working with that flashbang that was thrown by Exit perfectly. The trade does come through, but Insani, the immediate response afterwards, gives MIBR that man advantage. Now ATK have to be wondering, where are they going to go? They have 2 players on the B site. A is far more vulnerable, but because of the way MIBR is set up and how much time is left on the clock, it almost certainly has to be the B site that they're going to end up on. And they still have a very lethal pincer attack coming through. Odin hits one onto Tuurtle. That's an aggressive peek, but you got to do it to try and deny MIBR. And he gets the second. The bomb is dropped. The last 2 players are not able to pick up the bomb unless they go for the fights immediately. There's one. 14 seconds left now. Swisher almost whiffs the spray, but does finish the job, and that will at least secure the round. Second picked up by ATK, but that was messy on both sides.
Yeah, another messy round here, and it is a new map, so we can expect a lot of pandemonium to happen.
Yeah.
Still, it seems that both teams are making overzealous moves and overconfident plays. Bowden had to take that fight, but I don't know if he necessarily has to take that third fight. And that costs a rifle for ATK on the reinvest. And MIBR are going to go all in here too. They're having no qualms about forcing back. Double deeks for Insani and Exit. The op for Henny, which is a cheat code in and of itself. The Galil for Tuurtle and the Mac 10 for BRN. Bowden going to go aggro, flashed away, will think better of it. And back towards a safer angle. Henny, however, decides, you know what, Bowden, you had a nice round last time. It's my turn now. Good luck, have fun, bud. MOTM shuffles the op back and away from the MIBR hands, but an opportunity to really stick it to ATK with this broken buy.
Yeah, no question. I mean, MIBR realizing how much damage they did in that previous round said, you know what, their economy's frail. Let's force up. Let's try and bring it to them and break their backs. MOTM waiting here on the A site, going towards Plateau. And now smokes, molotovs, everything being thrown through those windows onto the A site. djay spamming through that smoke, just trying to make his presence known, but as it stands, it's probably going to be the site given up by ATK, and MIBR finding the bomb plant, meaning we are on a post plant. djay's trying to fight a little bit, but he just can't get through. Henny's watching it. He's got that op just focused on forward. djay does manage to swing through, finds the head of Tuurtle, trying to get the second now, but he can't. Insani with the deagle, connects onto djay. 4v3, man advantage being held onto just barely as Henny gets taken down to 11 HP. Now Swishers close the gap along with MOTM. They get 2 more. It's all up to Henny and Exit to try and hang on to this site. Time is ticking away. Hits are available. Henny can't hit the shot. What a peek from Swisher. Exit needs to try and take these fights. He gets one. Looking for the second, but the bomb's being defused, and it doesn't matter. Bomb defused from ATK, and they win that one. A third picked up, but Austin, the economy still takes a heavy hit because they lose 3 players.
This is a round where MIBR could be enticed to buy.
I mean,
I would not hate forcing here.
Yeah, full loss bonus is coming up in the following round. I would say a half buy is probably your better bet because you have the 3400 coming up, but they don't even do that. It's just pistol upgrades.
Yeah, I would count this as a half, considering how much money they had.
Yeah.
But I like this call. You still got a little bit to work with. It's not a full gamble here. It's still early on the map. It's at least shown a little bit of intent and a little bit of confidence that they still have from the previous domination on Ancient. That nade's going to do a bunch of damage from Swish. He waits for that Molotov to fade, or the smoke to fade, tosses in the flame. And he's not going to get any flame kills. He's going to spam away and actually get the bomb as well as 2. Bowden is also there for support, down to just Exit and Tuurtle. ATK looking to tie this one up, draw level with MIBR for the first time since the beginning of each game. And Exit doesn't do anything. Only 1 casualty, not bad at all. Exactly what the doctor ordered, or I guess I should say the accountant ordered for ATK, because that's going to be a boon for their economy.
Yeah, no question. 4 players surviving, and that, as you mentioned, will, of course, set that foundation that you need on the CT side of any map, really. And MOTM sticks with the FAMAS. Of course, that makes sense. You don't want to throw it away and spend more money than you have to heading into this round. Keep the economy stable and solid. MIBR, on the other hand, are back to the rifles. And the thing is, in Connector, those fights were messy. It was sloppy from ATK. Swisher against guns probably would have lost that, and it probably would have been an advantage to MIBR. He's lucky that was coming in on an eco round. Nades fly through, and Insani is on death's doorstep. 3 HP left for him after the util and all those bullets connect with his body. So he needs to be a little more cautious here, make sure that someone's there to trade him out should he decide to push up any further. So he's just going to regroup with his teammates around top mid right now as they wait for their chance to push up here. Insani, in fact, lining up that utility. There's the Molotov throw. Now he peers towards window. MIBR making their way across the bridge.
Does not seem to be Gandalf to tell them they cannot pass, though. They're going to get on through and gain little ground in towards mid. Passive holds from MOTM as he is very low. Opportunity to go in towards the A side through plateau. djay here, and he's going to stonewall one, but only one. Exit has found a pair, and that's a man advantage for MIBR. The bomb able to go down on the A side as well. They're leaving Tuurtle to hold off the rotations, too. This is not going to be an easy retake for ATK, should they even attempt this. And given their own economy, it might not be a reasonable attempt to go for, especially if they can't find a kill very quickly. They don't even seem content to even probe for this, and it's going to be a save and the lead back to the hands of MIBR. All thanks to Exit, really, on those 2 kills.
They're all out of position, right? There's so much ground to cover just to get back to the A site, and then you have to take the fights and get the defusal. There's just no time for it. So the logical play here is to go for that save, and they'll carry over 2 A4s and the AWP into the next round. Yeah, that's a great play from Exit, but I also want to say that Insani, in particular, with only 3 HP, that is a best case scenario, unless he just pops heads, of course. That would have been better, but 3 HP, you go out, you make sure the spacing is good for your teammates, so that you're going out a little bit before him, so that Exit, once he comes through, will be able to get the trades. And Insani stays alive long enough, doing a little bit of damage, and then Exit is able to come through for not only 1, but 2, and that was the round right there. So great coordination from the MIBR players, recognizing the situation and playing it well.
That's one thing we can expect from MIBR is really good coordination. We've seen it throughout the course of Pro League Conference, and I think MOTM needs to run a little bit more for that flash because it's not going far enough. Odin, however, has got the opener onto BRN. That's a good start for ATK. So you want to keep things level and hopefully get a lead for the first time in this series. It is their map pick, and a map they cannot afford to lose. Unless they want to go down to a date with Nouns tomorrow and a one final chance to make it into ESL Pro League Season 17. Winner of this one books a spot. Loser has one more chance. Look at the positioning of Insani, though. He's got a little bit of space to exploit. And he's going to capitalize on the Bowden, caught with utility in hand. MOTM for the trade, and he will get that. That's a good trade back from MOTM. Insani, though, very solid pick. And it throws ATK to disarray. Look at the panic rotation off of the B site. Swisher completely abandoning it, going into watch middle. Tosses the Molotov in and leaving Mistamal to his lonesome. It was a window of opportunity for MIBR that they do not take. As a matter of fact, they're split 1-1-1. No real purpose left for them. The bomb is isolated and on its own and not into fast rotation. This is a very bad spot for MIBR.
Yeah, they're trying to isolate Swisher there at backside. I'm not sure if that smoke missed the mark or not on the MIBR side, but Exit will be able to come through and not get anything missed and holds the ground. The thing is, his teammate Swisher is down. Tuurtle spraying, missing down to 20 HP. Look where the bomb is! It's on the opposite site! Oh my goodness, MIBR have pulled the rug over ATK's eyes. They're still fighting Tuurtle. They want to finish him off before going for the retake, but Henny is going aggressive. He's all the way towards Palace, and it doesn't pan out. djay, the headshot. ATK win the round, but at least MIBR get a bomb plant out of it, and that will get their economy in a pretty good position to buy up again once more in that following round.
John, what is the #1 rule as being an anchor?
Be an anchor.
Don't rotate until you see the frickin' bomb.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Oh, that could have gone bad. That could have gone really bad. Especially if Tuurtle gets one of those kills and gives Henny a 1v2. Ooh.
Yeah, especially since you're up a man, right? You kind of want to keep that that presence on the B side. It was perhaps an oversight by ATK, and they still win the round, but they do give up an additional $800 to MIBR, which means that they get 3 AKs and a good chunk more utility than they would have had without that plant. Not to mention Henny is on big green. Squirrel's a lot closer this time, and there's Bowden ringing true for the opening frag onto Insani. 5v4 just like that. Swisher makes it a 5v3. All right, ATK, I mean, definitely looking better than they did at the beginning of this series. And of course that makes sense because Anubis, not on their map pick, but one that they're trying to put into their pool, I think, on a regular basis.
I would assume so, since they have no intention to play Nuke still. So, yeah, they're just going to fold Anubis into the play, and it's a fun map to watch. There's a lot you can do on it, and we've barely scratched the surface. We're starting to see a lot more things on ATK still, but a lineup for djay he cannot capitalize on, but MOTM gets the kill, tosses in the nade, but exit will not be touched by the fragments. Henny has the bomb, and he's stuck in limbo. Exit, yes, he has a sight, but does he really have a sight is the question. He has it technically, but there's players all around him. They know they don't need to fight because the bomb hasn't even made its way there. Henny across the bridge, making his way over to Double Door. Swisher did not spot. No, he did.
He saw
him just a little tad.
Oh, that was intentional.
Way, yeah. Henny with the brain games, and he's trying to clutch this one up. Swisher has an opportunity. MOTM peeks in, trying to take the contact, trying to double swing with Swisher, I believe. And the flashbang just forces Henny back, buying more time, keeping him off the sights. ATK, don't leave a bomb site. Don't abandon a bomb site. Not now. Not here. At least Henny's saving. He's not going to book it towards B, but
yeah.
Still a very dangerous call again from ATK to leave the site open.
Look how wary ATK are of taking fights with Henny, right? I mean, Swisher thought about it twice and said, you know what? No. We have the advantage here. Let's not throw this round away by trying to get over-aggressive and take down Henny. Even though you know in their minds, they're like, man, I am so fed up with Henny. I want to make sure that I can be the one to drop him to the ground on a consistent basis, but you can't be thinking that way. You got to have the team mentality. Hold on to those emotions and just let them unleash when you're actually in a position to fire upon the enemy in a safe spot, or mostly safe spot, low risk, I should say. 6-5 for ATK. MIBR are onto a pistol by a butt, and this is a big butt. They have got the off saved up from that previous round. Let's see if Henny can make it sing.
He's been unstoppable throughout the course of the last 2 nights. He's going to look to open things up again. djay dancing with death. Does he have a date with Hades? And the river Styx. So he's backing away. So Henny will not get his opening kill just yet. But he is leading the charge. He's the spearhead to the MIBR phalanx. djay does have some support from Bowden. MOTM in a relatively close position as well. But he's got to do at least a little bit to delay. He has no utility, and he dodges the first shot. That should spur the rotations in. Molotov thrown to counter a push. 51 seconds on the clock. Still time for MIBR to rotate back to B if they so please. But it looks like they are going to commit towards the A side. BRN now the first one in, and Bowden caught napping at the wheel. BRN with a nasty shot.
Oh
djay
no!
dinks his
djay,
teammate.
what?
He's shooting at anything that moves, but he sprays down the op of Henny. That is massive. The second and the third even bigger. Exit caught behind the pillar. Cannot retrieve the bomb. MOTM chunking away his health. The flank coming in from Tuurtle will be discovered by Swisher, who already seems to know he's here. Deals with the threat and missed him with the last. djay makes up for his transgression, and ATK will grab a 7th. But the pistol rounds from MIBR still being dangerous. Not quite getting the kills here besides that opening duel with BRN, but still, the fact that you can get that emotionally vested in a pistol round from MIBR just goes to show how strong they are as a whole.
Yeah, BRN, what a crazy shot to open up the space, but I don't know what happened with djay there, right? He flicks down to MOTM. I think he's just on edge right now.
Oh, yeah.
Things haven't exactly gone his way, but you know what? To his credit, he recovers really well, gets 3 in a row, despite that slight mix-up, and is able to ensure that the site doesn't get taken, and of course Henny's op doesn't really get anything done in that round. So ATK finally have a 2-round lead over MIBR, which hasn't been the case until this point. First map was just disastrous for ATK overall. This one, much better.
Yeah, this one's looking a lot more comfortable for ATK. A little bit of a run boost there for Bowden to try and take the fight. Tosses the smoke, peeks down in towards water. He misses the timing a little bit late there and has to back away. The flames keeping him from diving back and probably saving his life as Insani sprays away and finishes off his comrade in MOTM. Bowden now able to back up towards double doors and get out of there alive. djay holding elsewhere out towards A main, but he's just gonna have to back away here. Full water control from MIBR. And a lot of room to work with as they are going to go towards the A side of things, working their way through A main. djay, the hero of the last round, but he's got to do it against rifles now. Pistols are one thing. Rifle's a different animal. The bomb and utility, but not the second onto Henny. Bowden smoked back. It's a 4v3 for MIBR, and players waiting in the wings on the flank for this take and for this hold. Not an easy one to play for ATK. They do have a good amount of utility, and they do have kits. That's saving graces here for the CT side. The flankers. Players on the outside looking in. That's the danger ATK are unaware of, and Henny's got two! Doesn't matter, op or rifle. He's nailing everybody to the wall. Third and final, the last round of the magazine. Only one separating these two teams, and 2 more rounds to go.
And he was quiet for a little while, and, well, you can't silence him for long. A 4K in that round with the A4 picked up off the ground, and he upgrades himself to the AWP afterwards. So a 6th picked up by MIBR. They're trying to tie this one back up. Thing is, ATK did have the economy to recover there. That's why, of course, they went for that risky retake. It didn't pan out. They will still have the op coming back here for Bowden. 4 A4s across the board outside of that. Bowden looking for the opener, but he misses the shot, and VRN responds immediately. This is in the first 10 seconds. VRN through the smoke, almost sprays down, missed him as well, and the rest of the team, they're barreling on forward. They're already towards Ivy and Gate here at the B site, on its doorstep. Tuurtle walks in, finds himself another, but Swisher hangs on for at least 2. That will keep it close, but it's still a man advantage for MIBR, and they have full-on site control.
It's got to be a save. It has to be a save. Disadvantageous position. No kits. No money. This has to be a save from ATK. Surely they don't try this. Surely they don't try this. They're going in, and that's why you don't try this. Now you only have 1 gun to save, and VRN's ready for the last. He will not be stopped. MIBR tie it up, and look at the money, lack thereof for ATK. The richest players missed him, who's got a vest and a FAMAS, and that's about it. ATK, you save those 2 guns, you have something to fight with into the last round, instead of pistols and a prayer.
That's such a weird play. Like, you're down significantly in terms of numbers. You know that your money is not good enough to get a significant number of rifles here in this final round. In fact, only the Scout and the FAMAS. If they save those 2 guns, then it's way better for them. They got, I mean, obviously, 2 M4s instead of just pistols, a FAMAS, and a Scout. All right, well, MOTM is already going to go out here into Catwalk. Bowden, hoping this Scout can connect onto the heads of his opponents. He does tag Insani down to 29 HP. But MIBR recovering from that 2-round deficit, tying it up once more. Insani gets the head of MOTM. Missed him, tries to come around the corner with that FAMAS and do a little more damage, but it's just not working out for ATK. They've lost 2. They've lost the A site as well, and MIBR still have plenty of time to make this work. That's unreal.
When they explode, they just explode like the sound wave and just wipe everything out. It's pretty impressive to watch. It's been a joy to watch the past few days, I will say that. And just seeing them just mop everything up is great. And that one is going to do it for the half. 8-7 MIBR. See you for half 2.
can see the world, and we are insistent to be small. Subdivide. I'll show you how it's done. There's no sight we go inside. The man is the one. You build your walls with faith in God. They never come around. Then wonder why we all divide.
ATK had a lead, but it was for a fleeting moment, and they start the second half down 1 round. 8-7 in favor of MIBR. I'm Boggs. I'm joined by JRT, Chespup Observing, and Halo Flyer, our observer, or producer for the evening, excuse me. And this is going to be MIBR trying to shut out ATK 2-0 and book a spot in Season 17 of ESL Pro League. Bowden gets caught by Tuurtle in water, and that is not a good start for ATK. A pistol round they have to win. They have not won a single pistol so far tonight. Winning here would be a good one, but it does not look good here, John. They are falling like flies, getting mowed down 1 by 1. They do at least get the plant, and now Swisher's got 1, but it's all down to DJ. 1 is all he finds. MIBR, that's 4 on the night.
Sorry, Austin. Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing as you were saying it. Yeah, they haven't won a single pistol yet, and they won't win a single pistol in these first 2 maps. Maybe when we go to map 3, if we go to map 3, they'll get there. I don't want to say when at all, because they're losing. They're down by 2 rounds, and MIBR just... I mean, it's so difficult when you're losing every pistol round to come out and find the map. It's very rare that losing every single pistol that you find success consistently. You need to at least be 50-50.
I don't know how many times a team has actually won a BO3 with losing the majority of the pistols.
It's happened, but
not very often.
It's not common. Yeah.
You need
anyway,
a pistol.
Yeah, going into round number 17.
Or this force fire.
Yeah, I was going to say that they will have an AK, 3 Galils, and a Scout to work with. Bowden, pretty effective with the Scout. Haven't really seen him too much here on Anubis, though. It's to make some aggressive plays on the CT side. Flashbang toss forward, missed him. Moving in to A main, but that's just a lurk. The bomb is dropped at upper. Might be indicating that the end result will be an A hit here. You do see ATK moving their way up bridge, and yeah, it feels like A is going to be their final destination, but they've got 2 players waiting at mid to try and deny them that space. And if their mid players go down, we talked about how important it is to get that mid control on both sides. And what I was going to say was, if MIBR can hold them off here, they should be okay, but Insani, the timing not very good on that quick switch, and he can't get any shots fired as a result.
Exit sitting behind, will get dropped by Mistum, but in comes Insani. There's one big one, but he cannot get by DJ. BRN in the meantime has finished off MOTM. We go to a level 3v3 as the bomb gets planted. DJ starting to push around, looking for Henny. This is going to be a tough one to get. Henny hiding in tunnel with that scout. Toss it over to BRN and hold on to the M4, which makes him no less lethal. But DJ will deal with him accordingly. DJ's having a very good map here. Despite some very shaky moments, he has the kills to back up, and he might have just saved the round here for ATK, gotten them a critical victory, as it looks like it's going to be a save from Tuurtle and BRN, a wise decision given their economic straits. ATK, if you are going to lose a pistol round on T side, you have to win the following force fight.
Yeah, at least ATK do that. Great work on their side, and they still keep 3 rifles up. 2 A1S is picked up off the ground to upgrade themselves. So yeah, not too shabby for ATK. MIBR does successfully save the A4 though, and that's the important part, because they won't be investing anything else more than likely into this round. Okay, they do actually... Okay, MIBR, go for the force buy. All right, I mean, it is certainly an option in that situation, given that you have the A4 through and how good MIBR have been. So the confidence is flowing, probably realizing they were on a double save anyway, given the loss bonus. So why not? Exit. Moving up here. Thinking about getting aggressive into A main, but Mistim's already made his way to boat, so... MIBR just playing the close angles, which you got to do with the 5-7. That Molotov scares Exit off, and it makes sense, right? Because if you have two players barreling towards you, only one path of escape, which is forward, away from the bomb site, you got to get back.
Yes, we don't call it fleeing, we call it a tactical retreat.
Yes.
Tuurtle doesn't seem to be wanting to retreat at all. He's very aggressive. Looking for anybody to come through connector. Looks to be a B end from ATK, though. The bomb positioning this direction. Henny! Wall tag on the Swisher, who will finish off BRN. More tags from Henny, but cannot get the frags. Tuurtle looking for one here. Only one. djay with the trade. The B side becoming more and more open as Bowden domes Insani. Henny with that scout. The tag again, but Bowden sprays him down. An Exit, the last man standing, 5-7 in hand. Will come around the mountain. Swisher will be waiting for him. Round it, and down he goes. A bit of a scare for Swish. But 9, all the score. Full pistols for MIBR, just looking to do some damage. Take away a couple of guns from ATK. Go into round number 20 with a solid buy, and hopefully for them, the op for Henny.
Yeah, so, I mean, MIBR, because they force up in that previous round, they probably could have had a half buy coming into this one, but instead they sacrificed that, taking the chance with the A4, which only ended up with one frag before it was traded out in Tuurtle's hands. So, MIBR, nothing can be invested here. $0, except for one flashbang by Tuurtle. USPs outside of that, and the gamble stack onto the A site, because you got to take a chance here. A or B? And A is the call for MIBR.
ATK, how well do they probe? How much information do they spot out? MOTM with a MAC-10, trying to farm up some cash. So aggressive, he's blinded, and he goes down. djay, however, will stave off any damage. This will double and go for the hat trick. That is converted. All down to Tuurtle now to get another bit of damage done. Only losing the MAC-10 is not bad at all for ATK. And he'll probably be dropped an AK from somebody like Swisher or djay, just so the money gets a little more even out there, and MOTM is not really hurting for money later on. Tuurtle has an opportunity to take out a low HP Mistim, but headshot comes through from the in-game leader of ATK. And ATK get another lead here. They're keeping it close, MIBR. ATK keeping their noses just in front. The op for Bowden. Henny will not have the big green gun. And this will be interesting to see how it plays out, because his op is so powerful. He has nothing to counter Bowden besides the raw double dink of an AO1S.
Yeah, the thing is for Henny, though, yesterday, even today, he's been really solid with the rifle. We were doubting him a little bit, especially yesterday, saying, oh, why is Henny not going for the op? And then he ends up getting a 4K. So, look, yes, he has the A1S, but I'm still thinking that MIBR is going to bring quite a powerful defense here up against an ATK squad that, yes, has found themselves in the lead again, but it was off of that force buy after losing the pistol round. Bowden going out here, and it's actually Insani who gets the opening shot fired and takes down MOTM. djay with the immediate trade, and djay's certainly woken up. He's leading the scoreboard now on ATK. I guess it's since that point where he gets the team kill dink onto MOTM, and maybe that woke him up and said, whoa, what's going on? I gotta start fragging the other team, not my own team. And since that point, he's actually been pretty lights out. I don't know if it's necessarily going to transition to the gun rounds, though. Swisher going to take down BRN, and then he finds Tuurtle as well. 4v2 in favor of ATK. Henny slipped behind the smoke. Should be, not a freebie, because Swisher gets past the smoke for connector, and he is out scot-free. 4v2, and probably the way it's going to end at this point, because MIBR just have to save the guns. Swisher spots out Henny, and he actually does go down at the end of the day. Still so much damage done to Henny. Is that going to deter MIBR from going for the retake? It probably will, because they don't have the kits.
They don't have the kits, they don't have the utility, they don't have the health. Swisher does enough there, just throwing chaos into the mix, and ATK starting to come a little more alive. Good to see Swisher finding those kills as well. He's definitely somebody you want to see at the top of the scoreboard for this team. And MIBR, it might be getting time for another tactical pause. I think you get a round where you can get a full buy up, and you call a pause here. Unless, of course, they're able to win this round with the saved rifles and probably a couple pistols around them. Look at the money, though, for ATK. 11K for Swisher before he reinvests. 8.7 for Mistim. 6.2 for Bowden. 5.6 for djay. MOTM is the poorest at 4,000. That is very good economy, and MIBR going to call the timeout here and now. It's not a bad time. I'm just more partial to it when it comes on a full buy. Still, a wise move from MIBR, who have used 3 out of 4 of their tactical pauses. And ATK just seem to be getting better and better as time goes on.
I mean, MIBR haven't been shy about using their timeouts both yesterday and today, which is good to see. You got to slow the pace down, you know, not let momentum shift away too far from you, which was extremely important yesterday in particular, because with Downs coming off to those hot starts, MIBR was really burning through those timeouts just to break the flow of play on Downs' side. And yesterday it worked. So they're going to try it again here today. Up 11-9 are ATK, and in fact, they're on a 4-1 run here in this second half, which we both probably didn't expect, because MIBR took the pistol, then lost the follow-up. MIBR are probably talking over saying, do we risk it again? Do we go for the force buy? Not in this situation. They do upgrade their pistols, but outside of that, they're going to hope that these A1Ss can do the damage, and Bowden is already pushed up to Ivy with the op. He's got 2 players behind him, the bomb being one of them, and the opening frag found onto BRN. Exit thinking about coming around and peeking this, but instead he's going to back off as the Molotov sail on forward, and MIBR playing passively, hoping that they can win the duels by waiting for ATK to come to them.
Well, that's what they have to do, although Tuurtle might be getting a little aggressive here, but the B site being capitalized upon by ATK. They found some room, and Tuurtle has fallen. Exit with 1 on the spray, but only 1. Swisher trades out djay, and he ties his teammate for the lead on the scoreboard overall in the server. No bomb plant yet, though. ATK not rushing things, which is a very good sign for them. They're not playing panicked, they're playing controlled and methodical. Insani backing away from the site, and Henny might actually get a free kill onto Mistim here, unless he clears him out. Henny gets that drop on him. Only takes 1 point of damage as well. Bomb going to go down. And MIBR will probably attempt a bit of a retake here. Insani actually might just save. Oh yeah, there's an AK down. Might as well save that AK over on the A site and try again in the next round. Save the armor too. So it'll be 12 rounds for ATK, but anything but a comfortable situation for ATK, despite their 3-round lead.
Yeah, a couple of rifles at least going to get saved for it from MIBR. It's just too valuable. You can't leave those A1Ss on the ground. It's what you brought into it. Take it out, and then the buy-up's going to be way better. On ATK's side, yes. I mean, like you said, they have that 3-round lead. I think it's actually a pretty strong one, given their economy. Probably what you're alluding to, Austin, is the fact that that first map was anything but promising, and they still have looked a little bit shaky here on Anubis, despite the lead coming through. Sure, the last few rounds have been fairly dominant in their favor, but it only takes Henny with the op, a couple of shots, and you're right back where you started.
That is a very good point. Henny's op is a magic wand. It creates opportunities out of nothing. He's going to look for that damage, and a little bit of damage from that nade in the water on the Mistim and MOTM. They're not going to be too worse for wear. A pressure coming in from ATK as their Molotov burns up. Exit. That smoke prepped and ready. Hits.
Oh,
exit. A little bit of damage. He's lucky to get a lot of that. He's spamming the smoke, but MOTM comes around the other side. Finishes him off. Exit is gone, and Sani walled out. Rotation's flooding back. Bowden holding the backside, and he actually takes a leg shot onto Tuurtle, connects that, but not enough for the kill, as the bomb goes down and begins its 40-second tick.
They're saving.
I actually think this is a great call.
You have to. Yeah, this is another great take from ATK onto this A site. And I mean, I think we're seeing the T-sidedness of Anubis right now, because there are so many angles that the T's can come from, right? That you can't really cover on CT side. On the A side, there are 3 different spots that you have to keep an eye out for, and the B side, it's 4. So it's even harder to get a grip on. So yeah, eventually ATK, they overload Exit, who just kept the utility out a little too long. Should have pulled his gun out just a moment sooner, and if he did, maybe he would have gotten some shots off. At the end of the day, MIBR pulls the plug at the right time. They have another shot at this one, especially with Exit having 7.7k in the bank.
He won't even use any of Exit's money on a drop, but Henny still has that op, and that's the most important thing. ATK, though, beginning to start to taste victory on map 2. They picked into this map for a reason. You and I both like this call. And I think that ATK really do like their Anubis pocket pick. That's a great nade damage from MIBR, though. Missed him down to about half. Bowden to 66 HP. BRN playing a little bit of an off angle out towards long as well. Maybe catching Swisher off guard as he comes around the corner, and that's exactly what's going to happen. MOTM next in line, and next to fall. BRN, 2 big kills, giving MIBR a road back into this lead. Try to cut the deficit to 3 rounds again. ATK, though, they still have djay. He's found ways to claw back into rounds.
Yeah, djay's going to come around from long. He just wants to get the bomb back on his back. And now he's got it. He wants to rotate, join up with his teammates, and likely final destination is A, especially considering Mistim's already up here. It's being watched, so he's going to have to win a fight to hang on to this positioning.
You might wait
but
for
before,
teammates.
I think before, yeah, exactly. Before he pushes through, just wait for your teammates to come through. Good flashbang thrown. Missed him, trying to capitalize on it. Spots out a player and gets the headshot onto Insani. That isolates Exit, who's going to have to wait a little bit longer. Missed him, will not be able to find him. Great flashbang thrown, but Exit stands long enough for the reinforcements to come through. That said, Bowden with a wicked shot onto BRN. Evens out the numbers at a 2v2.
Oh.
And Henny finds Bowden. Makes it a 2v1. MIBR trying to recover here. It's all down to djay, and Tuurtle ends him. MIBR will indeed get a 10th, but what a valiant effort from ATK. They get the bomb plant, they keep their economy healthy, which wasn't really a concern regardless, but the thing is, we talked about it. The longer a map goes on, the more you feel like MIBR has a chance to come back and take it in their favor.
You can't let MIBR hang around.
Yeah.
If it's a close score line, MIBR is probably going to rip it from you.
Yes.
Now, the good thing is for ATK, they have still a lot of residual money. They can buy up a couple more rounds. They should be fine. But BRN has pulled out the secondary op. And we saw how much damage this did against Nouns yesterday on Inferno. They did not lose a single round that they had double ups with. So, ATK could be in for a world of pain. Henny is a phenomenal opper, but BRN is no slouch in his own right. Was a primary opper on the squad for a minute. So he's got that background, he's got that skill. This is the CT player's dream right here. Double ops to just shut down defense. Try and make this comeback reality in 2-0 ATK for a spot at ESL Pro League. Utility flying forward. The bridge push is coming through. Henny backing through double doors. Nobody crossing into his angle just yet. Aggression through Con from MIBR. A lot of damage taken by Swisher, but no kills to open it up. Henny spots one. Reveals his angle and holds the line. Did he spot MOTM on that cross? I think he did.
I think he's got an inkling. I don't know if he necessarily saw him, and then he hits the shot into Swisher. Will that lead to a trade? It does. So good job from ATK. They didn't want to lose Swisher, but once it happens, they capitalize on it. And look at this back and forth play. MIBR end up on the winning end of it, but Insani almost gets caught off by Mistim. That gives up the sight, and Bowden rings true once more in a 3v2 to even up the numbers at 2. Insani, 41 HP. Tuurtle, 100. Flashbang sails in, thrown by Insani, and he's got the Molotov as well. Pincer attack is on. They're not looking for Tuurtle lane main. Bowden turns around, but it's too late. 2v1, all up to Mistim here to deny MIBR an 11th round. He's trying to play it patiently. peering around the corner from heaven to plateau. The diffusal's on, and Sani's not looking. Now he is, but it's a little too late for him. Bomb defusal, is it on? No, not being stuck by Tuurtle. He does get the frag. Does he have time? He does! Defusal will be good, and MIBR secure the 11th.
Another costly round for MIBR, though they're saving grace. They continue to recover the op. That double op, though, really didn't have too much of an impact. Comes down to some good plays from Tuurtle to clutch it up. ATK almost would be willing to call a timeout here because you don't want to let MIBR back into it, but MIBR are going to do him a favor and give him that timeout. And I think for MIBR, it's more of a calm down, we are scraping by with victories moment. This is not good enough. We need to win clean. We cannot keep surviving with one man. But for ATK, they can use this timeout just as desperately to slow down MIBR's momentum and kind of figure out a way to throw a monkey wrench in here and try and change things up. And I think a lot of that has to do with activating that op of Bowden a little bit earlier.
I think we're going back to what happened on Ancient, right? Where it was 10-1 for MIBR, and ATK were close in a lot of rounds, but it came down to 1v1s that they continually lost, and now that trend is starting to resurface, and ATK are probably thinking, oh man, this is not the way we want to go down. We are up 13-9. Map 3 is on the tip of our fingers. Cannot let it slip away. Round number 25. Nade is great. Chunky missed him, and Bowden both go down to about half health. Bowden exactly half health and missed him a little bit above it at 66. MOTM moving into A main. He's got everyone with him, in fact. All 5 players trying to blitz onto the A site from this direction. Great flashbang thrown exit, fully blinded. Goes down MOTM, and Sunny should be able to get the trade, but he goes down as well. That is a very effective take, and because you kept the economy so honest for MIBR, you have to wonder if MIBR even wants to go for this one. 3 players are very low on health, though, Austin.
They don't know that, though. That's the thing. They don't know that needed all that damage. They don't know how Swisher is low. I think you have to save if you are MIBR, and that's exactly what they think too. Because the odds are not in your favor, even though these players are so low on health. And it's another save, which puts ATK on the brink of map point. This is a back and forth one. That ATK are finding ways to stay alive. The timeout goes against MIBR. And I think that timeout let ATK settle down a little bit more, talk things over. They go for the full-on exec. Swisher does fall. I don't think that matters. The money's still fine. It's worth more trying to take the extra gun out of the hands of MIBR. And double ops still in the hands of the Brazilian squad. But ATK are a completely different team right now than what we saw for the vast majority of Ancient. And Inferno is a coin flip between these two sides. If we do get that third, it is the third map in Counter-Strike. It is the iconic third 50-50 matchup. I want 3 maps. I need that matchup, and Bowden is going to give us the opening here. Swisher's coming round 2, and he's picked up Tuurtle. ATK turning on the Jets, looking to go to Inferno and give us the best of 3 we deserve. 3 alive for MIBR as the bomb goes down. Another save potentially on the cards, and djay already on the prowl.
Man, they're playing for overtime, MIBR. Just ATK's hits have been so decisive, and it was mostly the A site that they were going for up until this point. Now djay catches off Insani, getting aggressive, and that is going to be, I should say getting aggressive, trying to hunt for frags because they're just trying to save their guns. Henny waiting with the op. Miston's coming out. I mean, if ATK hunts down all these rifles, it'll be really tough for MIBR to get back into this one. Henny is just very solid. He gets one, almost a second, headshot it down. Incendiary could save his life, but djay just charges through it. Henny will go down, even though he hits the no-scope onto djay, and the only rifle saved for it is the A1S. That said, the loss bonus is 3,400, so they will be able to get the op back up thanks to Tuurtle's 5,800. He drops that for Henny, but it will need to be 4 rounds in a row from MIBR just to push overtime. ATK performing well on their map pick.
I think Ancient just isn't the map for them right now. And I think the Rust is gone too.
I think Ancient in particular against MIBR.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not good. MIBR is really solid. Yeah.
another A blitz, perhaps. Henny getting forced away, but he's already got the opening. MOTM around the corner, and Henny will have 2. ATK feeding Henny. You do not want to give this man confidence. He's on the losing side, and he still has the most kills on the server.
Yeah, Henny has had 23 or more frags over the last 4 maps that he's played. It's ridiculous how well he is playing up to this point. BRN will go down to Swisher. He does a lot of damage at the very least. And Swisher's trying to take another fight. He will go down, and at this point, ATK, they do have the money, so they're likely going to go for a hit of some kind. There's no reason not to, unless you're worried about giving MIBR the double op setup, which was lethal for a couple of rounds. 53 seconds left. They're waiting for some kind of push, some kind of aggression to come through from MIBR, maybe make it a 3v2. But MIBR is giving them pretty much nothing.
It's a wise decision by MIBR to just hold the sites. Because they have the advantage. They have Henny. They don't really need to push. It does nothing for them in terms of a benefit. Bowden's got some flashes, though, and actually they're going to boost over. They're going to run boost in here. Are they going to go for a run? They do! It does not daunt Henny, though. There's his 24th of the map here, John, which means now it's 24 kills or more in every single game he's played in conference. DJ only 1 more, but that's still a rifle out of the hands of MIBR. That's a good kill in terms of the economy battle. ATK will buy up again. How many times in a row have they tried to push the A site, though? It feels like it's been at least 4. And finally, they got stopped.
Oh, it's been working for them. You can't blame them. I believe they've gotten stopped a couple of times towards that A site, but still, MIBR always looks shaky in their holds there. So if I'm ATK, I don't mind going for it again, seeing if we can make it work. 4 AKs and an AWP. Full util. Money is still pretty healthy as well, but opening frag goes towards Insani. He peeks towards Bridge and finds himself almost a second through the smoke. He's just spamming angles, catches off DJ, gets him down to 12. In the meantime, BRN wins his battle with Mistim. And a 2-man advantage for MIBR.
Okay, ATK timeout time. Take a timeout after this round, please. Because DJ's dead. That's the bomb. MIBR are back. Timeout, ATK. Please call a timeout to the next round. Or else we're going to overtime.
I mean, look, the winds have shifted, and they're into the sails of MIBR, powering them forward. And a 13th round is found. There's no question. Swisher and MOTM probably want to go for the save. I mean, even though Swisher has 6.2k, MOTM at 3.1, the op is just too valuable. Along with the full util set and the armor, there's a lot of money invested here. So they're just going to wait. They are in separate positions. Either way, MIBR takes this, and now we're 2 rounds away from potentially going to OT on Anubis.
MIBR you can never count out. And you mentioned this yesterday. You mentioned this today. The longer you let MIBR hang around, the longer the map goes on, the better they get, the more likely they are to find a way to win. And we are seeing that evidenced in full here. No flash around the corner. MOTM drops the molly, but he's still dead. That's the op gone. Bowden cannot have that in the next unless he's dropped that by Swisher, who dives around, has to stay alive. His time is about to expire. He does live to fight another day. Will Bowden get the op, though? Timeout call by ATK. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I needed that from my heart.
First time out, surprisingly, with such a close match.
MIBR
really doesn't have any left, so they can't call it. But
yeah. I don't think ATK have really needed at this map.
Yeah.
They've kept paces with MIBR, and then on this T side, they've kind of grown to their lead. So I think ATK didn't need to call that pause.
Yeah, and I think also when MIBR was calling their timeouts, that's when ATK would have probably called them as well. So they were like, okay, free timeout. We can talk things over. Going into round number 29, MIBR, looking at that loss bonus, have a chance to have a very strong 30th round should they win this one, because Swisher at 1.5k, that's all right, but everyone else won't have much to speak of if ATK loses this round. If they win it, it's fine. You go on to map number 3. That's exactly what they want, but Bowden eats a nade right off the docket down to 67 HP. Swisher's taken some control of long, leaning towards catwalk, and MOTM's right behind him. Missed him. Looking right in towards A main. That's where he wants to go, but Exit and Henny have a pretty lethal setup here should he set foot here without some sort of reinforcements.
He's got Henny on his back. I don't think there's a better reinforcement than that.
Yeah.
If there's anyone I want watching my back, it's Henny. It's to be a mid play, though, from MIBR, or rather from ATK, and Mistim has found the opening kill. That is Exit removed. Henny has not been able to find the refrag either, and Sonny starting to cover up this mid control. MOTM can get caught looking the wrong direction, and he is. There was a pincer, so he was dead either way. And BRN finds Swisher too. MIBR clawing back
Nice
in,
shot.
looking for OT. Bowden. Mistim goes down first as Henny holds the line. Thought Bowden would have been the first man around the corner. He is not. DJ somehow still alive. Bowden trying to take out the op, and he does just that. DJ around, Bowden with 2, but he cannot get more. MIBR have brought it to round 30. Overtime looms as the money for ATK is absolutely abysmal. Armor, SMGs, an AK for Swisher, a timeout used again to figure out what in blazes to do. But what can they do from this point? MIBR are back.
Oh my goodness. Look, BRN's so integral at the end there, coming out with the important 2K. Bowden loves taking that fight from A entrance. I mean, towards Plateau. It's just been great shots, one after the other. He almost takes that one single-handedly, but then loses the final duel to BRN, as mentioned. So that is tough. That's a tough pill for ATK to swallow, and they look like they had the advantage, and in fact they did, but just a fantastic response from MIBR once more, and they held the line at the A site. 1 round left in regulation, and ATK do manage to scrounge together a couple of AKs, but everyone else on the Deagles, they've got a decent amount of utility on top of that. Nades flying back and forth, a smoke for connector. Tuurtle tossing nade on forward. Is it going to be Chonky? It is, onto DJ, who's down to 27 HP. MIBR already looking good in the early moments of the final round of regulation.
And I'm pretty sure this is going to be, what, 12.5k MR3?
I believe so, yes.
That could make it interesting, too, especially with how much MIBR love to go for the double op. So, I'm assuming this is going to go to OT right now, just given how this round has already played out. How much space MIBR have cleared, how much space they have taken.
Yeah.
ATK are just balled into mid. Unless somebody pulls off an incredible opening, there's nowhere for them to go.
Oh, Turtle's going to peek at the right time here. Catches DJ with utility in his hands, but MOTM gets the insta trade. That's a gun on the ground as well. Maybe ATK can come back into this one. Still 47 seconds left on the clock, and there's that upgrade for Mistim. He actually throws the AK behind him for his teammate, picks up the M4, and now they're setting up again, in fact, towards the A site. So they're keeping these 2 players from MBR on the B site because they have no idea what's unfolding beyond that smoke. And Swisher's waiting for a peek to come through. 26 seconds left now. ATK have to get a move on. Exit will be a key player here on default. MOTM the headshot onto Henny. Exit peers around the corner. Gets one. Maybe the second. No! Swisher denies him. A 3v2 for ATK. Trying to take the 16th round. BRN and Insani have to go huge here. Insani coming around with the A1S. Mistim looking on the flank. Bowden hits the shot onto Insani. CRN is dropped as well. ATK hang on in regulation when it looked like all hope was lost. They come back and end it. Wow. Talk about bringing it down to the wire, but we are indeed headed for a third and decisive map.
3 Deagles, 2 AKs.
Whew.
1 round separating them from overtime or victory. And they pull it off. MOTM, who had a very quiet